everyone's having a very happy Monday. Hope you're staying safe inside if you can. I heard the roads outside are a little bit slippery. The sidewalks especially are a little bit slippery. I'm very fortunate that I get to work from home, so I don't have to go outside if I don't want to. So I'm just gonna take a little minute here to just share the live into a few places because I am cooking my favorite recipe. I was gonna say I was gonna cook sun-dried tomato pasta, but as I discovered checking into my fridge and of course into my pantry, I don't have sun-dried tomatoes, which is a key aspect to sun-dried tomato pasta. But I looked into my cupboard and I said, you know what, Sherry, you have, what do you have? You have cream that you haven't used anything with in a while. You have still some cut up parsley. You have some Parmesan cheese. So, I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You can try to make some sort of cheesy, you know, deliciousness instead. And you're still gonna make your pasta the same way and you're still going to enjoy it. So whether you're watching this now, hashtag replay, in video format later, on my YouTube channel, which I've just launched, I welcome you to Cooking Time with Sherry. I try to do this every day at 4:30. Now I know for a few weeks I've been off the rhythm, but I'm back at it. And I think that it was really good for me to be cooking live at 4:30 every day because that meant that I'm eating healthier, which is one of my goals, to keep track of my health in 2026. And also it helped me also eat at a proper time. Hi Deborah, hi Olga, nice to see you. So I'm gonna get back into it. Even if it's just I'm preparing my groceries or a snack or a sauce, cooking live helps me. And also it helps me want to enjoy my cooking more. So if you're interested in subscribing to my YouTube channel, or if you're watching this video now or hashtag replay, I'll put the link to it below. It's basically gonna be videos and shorts that I make. And I mean, it's just an extra way to try something new going into 2026. I'm not saying that it's gonna be my permanent source of where I'm gonna be cooking and showing things, but this is my way of like trying something new. And what's the worst that can happen? Now when somebody says, do you know how to cook a recipe in this cooking system? I'm gonna pull up my YouTube video. It's gonna be super fun. So I wanna know, Deborah, Olga, and whoever else is watching now or later, where you're watching from and what are you having for dinner today? You know, we've been having leftovers for day. Feels like forever we've been having leftovers, even though it's only been a few days. And I said, today I'm gonna make something fresh. Even if it ends up having leftovers for tomorrow, it's something fresh in my fridge. So I'm gonna be using my Smart Multicooker. It's a Tupperware product that I absolutely love. I cook everything in it. I've made risotto. You can make rice on the bottom. So this is Montreal. Oh, the pasta Alfredo is what you love. Okay, so this is the base. It's plastic, so you can put potato, you can put rice in here, you can put pasta in here. Okay, and then it has another layer here, so it has holes. So what happens is the microwave will actually boil the water that's in the bottom here, and the holes here will go through it. And so it actually steam your food. So you can use this layer to make fish, to make meat of some kind. We are vegetarian at home. I'm not, but my husband is. So I cook only vegetarian at home. I've also used this layer, this bottom, and this layer to make hard-boiled eggs just a few days ago. Basically fill this up with water. Hi, Sil. And you put 12 eggs and 12 minutes in the microwave with the lid on. The lid is metal encapsulated in plastic, just like the layers. Okay, you make perfect hard-boiled eggs every time. If you liked my salad you saw earlier, it was literally me making hard-boiled eggs in my Smart Multicooker with the lettuce from my Fridge Smart. Like, it's amazing. But for this recipe, I'm not going to use that other layer because I'm using no meat. And we used to buy the Eve's like sausage or hot dogs, but that brand got discontinued, and we haven't found a vegetarian brand that we love to try yet. So if you do eat vegetarian and you have tried other things other than Beyond Meat, nothing against it, it's just not the thing that we love. I would love you to spam me with your suggestions. If you wrote hi, I want to know where you're watching from. I want to know how far across Canada I reach. So far, I'm reaching all the way to Ontario. So I am going to use this layer, and this layer I'm going to put the vegetables on. This doesn't have metal in it, but it will still, you know, do the cooking right to the top. And why, again, I like it is because it's probably one of the easiest, healthiest ways to cook your food by steaming it all. So I'm going to add into the bottom here my pasta. You can use any kind of pasta. I keep my pasta in the modular mate. Hi, Cindy. Now, if you want the exact recipe, it will be in my Tupperware VIP group, where I'll put that link to that in the comments below. So in my VIP group, in the featured section, there is a folder called recipes, and it's all the recipes that I've tried. So I said when I started cooking live every day at 4:30, I said I'm going to put recipes that I try in there, so I really know. Sometimes the recipe says Sherry style, but if you see it says lentils, you can probably just as easily put meat in there. So Cindy, where are you watching from? And what are you having for dinner today? I see Olga is having, what is she, right there? Pasta, macaroni pasta left tomorrow night. Have to do groceries. Okay. Hi, Cynthia. So I will share the link to my YouTube channel in the comments, as I know that I have 3 subscribers right now, and probably one of them is my loving husband. But maybe not. So it's still exciting, and it's definitely something to try. And what will be cool about subscribing to it is I will pop up on your newsfeed. So if you miss me cooking here, you could watch me cooking on YouTube. It's super fun. So in the bottom here, I just added pasta. I think you're supposed to add about 1 to 2 cups. Not 100% sure. I like to cook kind of like seeing. I was never like this. When I first joined Tupperware 10 years ago, I didn't really know how to cook. So I joined Tupperware so I could learn how to cook. And all the Tupperware products came with a little recipe, or all the little products came with like a card so that you can learn to cook, you know, that specific recipe. So basically for the pasta, I just fill it up till it comes to about the fill line of the Smart Multicooker. I don't feel like eating, not really feeling well. Yeah, it seems like some sort of sickness is going around. I think that not only because I no longer work at the daycare, I'm not getting sick, but also because I'm always in such a positive mood lately that I'm not letting myself, you know, I'm like willing myself into feeling good. I don't know if that makes sense. Sometimes it is legit a sickness, but sometimes it's also a mindset. And I know when I get into the negative mindset, that's when my body's like, well, she doesn't feel good anyways. Let me jam her with a cough or something. But when I'm in that mindset, it's like, I have too much to do and too much good things happening to me. Even when I get a little sniffle, I have some soup, I have the mindset, I do a little exercise, and before you know it, I'm feeling better again. I'm not saying that, you know, everyone who gets sick, that's not like that, but I really think that having a healthy mind contributes to having a healthy body. So in the bottom here is my pasta. I'm going to close this modular mate. Up, put that modular mate to the side. I'm gonna add in a little bit of water into the base, just enough water to cover the pasta. If we have extra water left over at the end, it's not the end of the world, but just enough water to cover the pasta. And I am gonna add a little of my SPG spice, salt, pepper, garlic, not that side, into the bottom, just to flavor the water a little bit. Not necessary, but it just gives an extra little kick. Okay, now into this layer. Now in this pasta recipe, you can literally use any vegetable you want. You don't even have to, like, you could have all peppers or all onions or anything. You just have to make sure that whatever you put in this recipe, you cover the holes, because while it's steaming, the vegetables will shrink down a little bit. So you don't want to have big spaces in the holes. Big spaces on the holes, otherwise it might not cook the vegetables evenly. Okay, so in here right now I have all my leftover mushrooms from a previous recipe, so just chop that a little bit. I'm gonna add in the red onion that was previously cut up for one of our salads, but we didn't need the whole onion because we didn't want the onion to like overpower. But you see here, it's in a little ideal bowl, because I don't want the onions to make my, the smell of onions is overwhelming into my kitchen right now, but I didn't want the onion smell to take over my fridge, so I put in a little ideal bowl. If you like the size of these bowls, they're currently on sale right now, 4 of them for $16. It's a crazy deal. The size is perfect for yogurt, for snacks, for cheese, for crackers, for any kind of grapes. Like, this is like the perfect size for kids' lunches. And if you like the color, it's red, yellow, blue, and green that is currently on sale. So if you're interested in that, I could put the link to shop in the comments below. So I'm just going to add in, I know they're already chopped, but I'm going to just add it in because I want everything to mix together super nicely. Put that over there. Onion smell for the win. I want to know in the chat, who likes onions? Do you like onions? Take a little picture. Bam. If you like onions, or rather the question should be, do you like chopping onions? Now, I am not crazy about chopping onions. Give that a little pull so that mixes all together. I would, any other circumstance, add the leftover broccoli and cauliflower, but I know that broccoli does not sit well with my husband, so I'm not going to add it in. But if this pasta recipe was just for me, I would literally put in all the mix, like the leftovers of every vegetable into this recipe. This was my last pepper from probably at least 2 weeks ago. It lasts forever in my Fridge Smart. This is even the older version of the Fridge Smart. It doesn't have the QR code here, but you can see here that pepper goes in the light breather, and all the other fruit and vegetables that go in the light breather. Like if you have only 4 Fridge Smarts, you can put a pepper, you can put apples, orange, clementine, pears, lettuce, jalapeno peppers, all in the same section here to save those fruit and vegetables. I want to know in the chat, do you have Fridge Smarts? If you're saying to me, Sherry, I throw away fruit and vegetables, it's the time to get those Fridge Smarts. Maybe open up your own account, start a Tupperware party, however you can save your money. Because you know what? The price of groceries is not going to go down because we're heading into 2026. If anything, I see it going up. I see that we're probably going to be in a state where it's going to be a few years before everything gets back to, normal. Almost always use my chopper for onions. So there we go. I'm going to add my peppers directly in there. I'm going to take a little photo because it's cool now. I have 2 devices so I can really share how much I love all the cooking I'm doing, which is super fun. Okay. I love my Fridge Smarts. They're a life changer. So I want to know also in the chat, if you have Fridge Smarts, how many do you have? And what is one thing that you know 100% you save more money on? For me, it's peppers. If it gets stuck, pull slowly. Okay, but probably just 1 onion or 1 something got chopped. Now, for this recipe, you don't have to chop up things teeny tiny. You could just make strips of vegetables, strip of onions, but I cut it up teeny tiny because although I put mushrooms in everything now, I used to pretend I had an allergy to mushrooms. That's how much I didn't love mushrooms. So it's okay if the things get chopped up, as long as there's enough and it covers the holes. Plus, I know my husband too, he's not the biggest vegetable fan, but if it's cut up teeny tiny, he'll eat it. Okay, look at this. Oh, it's amazing. Look at this. Ooh, so I'm just going to put the, there's some big pieces of red pepper, but that's okay. It's just going to make it even more flavorful. And we like red pepper. We don't complain about red pepper. We like red pepper. Okay, so we're going to add this blob right on the top here. Do you love this spatula? It can really get everything. I am doing a little deal on kitchen gadgets today in my VIP group, so if you haven't checked that out, you should go check that out. It's my 5th day of Christmas, so every day this week I'm doing a special thing related to the number of the week, of the day rather, excuse me. And today it's the 5th day of Christmas. So I am doing a special deal on 5 different kitchen essentials. So for me, a kitchen essential is all of my kitchen gadgets, my spatulas, my scoops, my whisk, my ladles. Another kitchen essential is my fridge smarts. So that is also in the 5 days of Christmas. So if you haven't checked that out, the link to my VIP group will also be in the comments below. Look at this. Ooh. Okay, it fills the holes. You don't really see all the mushrooms. You see all the mix of the veggies put inside of there. So now the next thing that's like super simple is you put the lid on and you put this into the microwave for, you put this into the microwave for 15 minutes. Now it really depends on your microwave, how powerful it is. How do you want your pasta cooked? You could put it in for 14 minutes and see if you like if you like your pasta a little more al dente, put it in for 14 minutes and then check it out and say, oh, it's cooked to my liking, or oh, it maybe needs another 10 seconds. Okay. Maybe it needs another. The amazing thing about cooking in the microwave is it won't overcook. Once the microwave stops, it stops cooking. If it needs more time, it'll cook more. Versus opening and closing the oven, you know, it loses nutrients every time. Or on the stovetop, you have to watch it the whole time, okay? If I knew a way to cook pasta in the air fryer, I'd probably learn. But for now, yeah, he's not into vegetables. Actually, when I met him, lean in close, guys. When I met him, he didn't really even eat vegetables. It was like pasta and pizza. And now I'm like, woo, vegetables and everything, okay? Chopped up teeny tiny vegetables and everything. I think it's because he didn't meet my fabulous cooking so that I tried so many recipes. Like with vegetables in it. At the beginning, I had like vegetables I never heard of. I was making recipes out of. Now it's basically, I put it all into different sauces. So there's no waste. So I'm going to use up the same chopper. It doesn't matter if there's bits of onion and mushroom, because you can eat the mushroom, onion, and pepper raw. So it doesn't really matter that much if there's extra of that left. I don't want to clean another vessel. So I'm just going to make the sauce in the same one. Now, this is the first time I'm trying it. So if it's not good, it's all good. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's mint. All right, well, mint it is. I'm like, what is this? I'll throw in some mint in there. I mean, what's the harm? I thought it was parsley, but it's frozen mint. So it'll just make it even more flavorful. Okay, we're going to add in some cream. Now, if you guys have suggestions along the way, you can definitely give it to me. I actually don't know if this is even going to work out, but I figure cream, mint, some garlic, and some Parmesan can't be that bad. And if it is, all right, I think that's a good amount. Okay, and obviously, you know, as I've become more confident in myself, I become more confident trying new things. If it doesn't work, you know, it doesn't matter if I'm not perfect. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, right? I just wasted a little bit of cream and a little bit of Parmesan cheese. Now, I know what you're saying. Cherry, you can buy a brick of Parmesan cheese, grate it, and it'll be better. But we were at Costco, and my husband saw this, and I said, okay, let's try it. And it's been delicious. And I don't think having more cheese will make the recipe less yummy. So I'm just gonna... Fresh and Cool's Fridge Smarts are the best fridge organizers and savers. Hey, Josie Ann, nice to see you. Okay, when I first got these, I was like, well, weird shape. But honestly, they're the best, okay? The way that you, like, hold it, the way, you know, they can go in the freezer, okay? They go in the fridge, they go in the pantry. It's good for people like me with little hands. Okay, I think this looks good. And we'll add in, I don't have any garlic at home. That would have totally made the recipe. But we'll add in some of this minced garlic, and I'll put a good chunk in. Again, if it's not correctly done, it is okay to try new things. Okay. The worst that can happen is my food tastes extra minty. Now it is sliding a little bit because, as you might see in my video, I have a tablecloth on. I have this big cutting board that's not Tupperware on top, but I think it's kind of blending together. Look at this. It smells amazing, guys. It smells amazing. So I think it kind of blended together. I probably should have taken a photo before, but I will plop that in there now. Maybe I'll add some extra cheese, probably, but I think that is pretty much the sauce. It seems like it all blended together pretty nicely, so I'll leave that to the side while my pasta cooks. We're at 10 minutes and 32 seconds left. Gravy sauce angle corner is great. Oh, gravy sauce. Okay. You know, I always wanted to make my own gravy, but I'm always unsure because Kevin has a specific kind of gravy that he likes. I'm not really big into gravy, but I'm definitely open to trying new things in the new year, like definitely trying more and more new recipes, you know, not always making the same thing, but at the same time, we all gotta eat, right? Look at that, I never used my bowl because I ended up using the mess in here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is actually use my other Fresh and Cool to chop up cheese cubes. Now, usually in these lives, I take my cheese and either grate it all up or cube it all up because my husband, you know, we don't have any kids, but I do the meal prepping because on those days, and they will happen no matter how good my eternal alarm is, on those days where he doesn't set his alarm and I don't wake up to his alarm, then all of a sudden it's 8 o'clock and he's got to leave for work in like 15 minutes. It's really, really, really good that I have snacks prepared in the fridge. Things prepared in the fridge. Like, okay, I'm going to bring it in my fridge after. You're going to see it's not perfect. And there's one giant blaring thing that I'm like, let's just finish this cake off quickly so that I can get back to my organization in my fridge. But there's always yogurt prepared. There's always cheese prepared. Not now because he's not at work. But still, I know that, for example, tomorrow I will be in a Tupperware meeting in the morning. And I know that he, you know, is looking for things to eat. And I know that when I have stuff prepared, even on days where he's not working, like cubes of cheese, crackers, yogurt, he'll take that versus, you know, breaking into a bag of chips and just eating that. So I would love to know in the chat, do you meal prep? Do you meal prep even if you're on vacation? Like a lot of us are in holiday time now, right? So do you still have snacks and things like that prepared in your fridge or your freezer for your kids, for your husband? This knife, by the way, guys, is amazing. And maybe in one of the 12 days of Christmas I have going on, there will be a deal on the Tupperware knives. This one is the utility knife. I use this knife for everything. And it's really great. It has a blade protector so that, you know, if you want to hang it up, it won't slide off as long as the little clippy part is over here. And it's really sharp, okay? Having sharp knives is better than having dull knives. Maybe you're like, sure, I don't want to cut myself. Okay, having a dull knife could have you cut yourself because, you know, it'll be sliding all over the place versus the sharp knife. I mean, whoa, it's amazing. Do you see how amazing this knife is? It'll cut into thin slices, little cubes. And you know what? When my pasta is done, I'm probably going to throw in a little of these cubes as well. If you don't feel like taking out your cheese grater and grating up all your cheese, you can just cube them. Okay, good for lunches and then good for everything after like that. I meal prep often, but not all the time. You know what? It's a mindset. Okay, it's a mindset. I know, and you know, Tupperware 10 years I've been. I know that if I come home from the store and say, I will take care of this later, okay, not weeks, but days will pass and that celery I bought will go right in the garbage can. Now, if I prepare it all, even if I'm like, ugh, I'm tired or, you know, it's rare I go to the store. 99.9% of the time I get the groceries delivered to me. So I do it on my time, right? I get them delivered. I sometimes come live, meal prep together with you. So that I can prepare all my groceries together with you. Less stress. But on those days where like, you know, I got a gift card. And I want to use the gift card. I can't use the gift card online. At least I haven't figured out how to use it with the Uber. for the grocery store, for example, okay, then I will have to go. And then I'll get home from the store and it'll take me another 30 minutes to prepare everything. So I know myself, I have to prepare everything when I come home from the store, because if I don't, no prepping done. And then there will be that morning where I haven't prepped anything, and now I'm like prepping yogurt and prepping cheese and prepping you know? You don't want to do that when you're stressed out. And then also on those days where I'm like, what's there to eat? Okay, there's nothing to eat because nothing's prepared. I'm gonna use my Uber to order food. Now it barely happens now because I've like trained myself. But it took me 10 years to really get into that motion. Now sometimes my husband goes, after he brings all the groceries in, you know, that's his job, brings all the groceries in, then he says to me, okay, have fun. And now he's still on the couch. I'll probably put some music that I can sing to along, you know, like Frozen or something I can scream my lungs out to, and then prepare the cheese, the crackers, the yogurt, and everything like that. So here, this container is pretty full. I mean, he's not going back to work now for a few days, so I'll probably just prepare it because I'm going to take a few cheese out to use for my dinner. But it really took time for me to get into that habit. And that is a good habit. You know, sometimes habits take weeks and weeks and weeks to prepare. And then if you break them a little bit, you know what it is today I was scheduling some posts in my Tupperware VIP group, and I was making my checklist for my social media, you know, post on my YouTube, make a reel, post on my Facebook, and it popped up, you know, cooking time with Sherry every day at 4:30, and I said, you know, I haven't done that in a few weeks, so I really want to get back into it. So I'm going to be consistent because there was a lot of you following me before at 4:30. So again, I will share the link to my VIP group in the comments, my link to my YouTube channel, because eventually this video will pop up there and that'll be really cool. Here's the cheese cubes all prepared. I can smell my food. Okay, cheese cubes all prepared. Hey, Denise. So I don't see a lot of honesty going on in the chat if you guys do meal prep or not, but here's my cheese cubes prepared. And I'm gonna cut a few cheese cubes now. 3 minutes left. I'm gonna cut a few cheese because they're gonna go into my recipe, you know? Can't have a pasta without all that extra cheese. there's no rule on how much cheese extra you can have. So I'm just cut up both cheese cubes that are in my little Tupperware container here. Probably cut up the rest of the cheese after. Hey Beth, nice to see you. So that we have our cheese ready. We have our cream sauce ready. Okay, so we'll put that extra cheese. Again, blobs of cheese, never a problem. So I see that a lot of you from Ontario are watching today, which is very cool. I have a good group of Ontario. I must prepare my cheese like that. Well, Denise, I was just talking about how it's a mindset, okay? It's a mindset. All right, we're going to go for a walk. Okay. Now, listen, it's not perfect because it's still, we're in holiday mode, okay? We're in holiday mode. But I want to tell you, okay, I see the blaring problem. I talked about it, okay? It's this cake. This cake's amazing, by the way. It's not ice cream, which I thought it was, but it's been so, so yummy. It's my dessert cheat, I guess. But you see here, my fridge smarts are always in my fridge. That lettuce lasts forever because of the fridge smarts. I have my my eggs that are not cooked in here. These are on sale, by the way. These with the inserts, not in pink or in turquoise, but in fun colors. We had a lot of freezing rain, but that's a good reason to have a lot of extra things prepared in your fridge. In here actually is my hard-boiled eggs, all prepared and ready to go. And we had some, that brie cheese, so it's in my cheese smart. Doesn't smell like fridge. And even here on the side, even though my husband is not going to work it now for the next few days, I still prepared the yogurt. So there's the yogurt back there. I still prepared it into the Ideal Bowls, which are on sale now, okay? 4 of them for $16. Like the craziest deal ever. So that's my fridge smart. That's my fridge smart. That's my fridge. And the things that you don't use every day. I took my crispers out. they're on the side here. So if you're thinking, you know, Sherry, I do want to join Tupperware. Maybe I'm interested in, you know, doing a party so I can, you know, get organized like you. Forgot to bring you, to my pantry. So I'll do that now. Here's all my baked goods and things like that. Modular mates are going on sale soon in brand new colors. No red, unfortunately, but maybe one day I'll be able to match up my pantry, all red products. Who knows? Behind, if you can see in there, behind also, there's a baked goods that I don't use that often. So, 17 seconds left. So that is my fridge and my pantry. And in 17 seconds, 7 seconds, we're gonna pull out that pasta so you can see what it looks like. It will be hot. Well, that's okay, it's meant to be hot. Okay, so I'll put my knife protector back on. So I didn't see, let's see here. So, you know, it's the time to stay inside and do fun things. Do things you never did before. Do a cooking live. Okay. It's a good time to get back into cooking live because you know, the weather outside it's not frightful, but it's not pleasant. Like, for sure the Amazon guy that delivered my husband's coffee threw it up the stairs and said, forget this, because I'm going to be honest, I did not go outside, I did not ice my driveway, you know, I did not do anything because I knew no one was coming today. I am still having my in-home shopping at my house for tomorrow too, but I know that a lot of the ones who said they're going to come Monday, Tuesday are sick. But if anyone is interested, I will put that poster in the comments below also. So a few things. If you're not in my VIP group and you're watching, the link will be in the comments below. Subscribe to my YouTube. It doesn't cost you anything. I am going to start doing videos on it every single day. It's just fun. If you are interested in coming to the Stop and Shop, and maybe you're like, Sherry, I can't Monday, Tuesday. The weather outside is frightful. You know, you could definitely schedule a time to come Friday or Saturday next week. There's nothing that says I can't extend it. Every time you pick up your Tupperware, you can come to my basement, unless it's a crazy meeting time. And, of course, the link to join Tupperware, it's the time to join Tupperware. Everything in life is going up, so you want to get the best price on the Tupperware products. And if you want the recipes, you have to be part of my group. Whoop, whoop. Okay, so open things away from you so you don't get, like, burn in your face. Okay, let's get our telephone to take this beautiful picture. I love having two phones because I can then take the pictures. I don't have to pretend to go back on my live to check them all. Ooh. Pasta. Cooked to perfection. No water. See? Good. You don't want any water left at the end. Okay, so now you're going to add in your vegetable mixture with your trusted Tupperware knife. Trusted Tupperware spatula. Ba-ching. Okay, just mix that up all together. Okay, if you want it to be more colorful, okay, you got to add in different color peppers so that it's more colorful. Okay, because right now it's not as colorful because it has mushroom and pepper in it. Let me take another. Oh, you guys, I want to see some love in the chat so you can see what it looks like. Okay, there it is. It's getting mixed. The pasta is perfect. So 15 minutes in my microwave. Okay, not too much water. If you had extra water, you just use the top of your colander to drain it out. Look at this. Bam! Easy pasta. You can literally walk away from your microwave. You can, you know, do things with your kids. Okay, we're going to add in this cubes of cheese. I'm just joking. There's no sound to it. Okay, and we're going to add in the creamy sauce that we created on the fly. Now, I don't know if it's going to be good or not, but, you know, no waste. So I basically used up, oh, it seemed to have gotten a little thicker, so that's good. I used up, you know, if I didn't get out all the rest of my onion and everything mixture, I'll get it out now. Doesn't matter if it's raw. Okay, the mint definitely chopped up amazingly well inside here. So just, this spatula is great. You see how great it is? It gets out everything. Hi, Angela. Nice to see you. Gets out everything. Okay. And the grooves of the chopper help me hold it so I can really get out everything. No waste. Okay, no waste. So if you're thinking, I do want some kitchen gadgets, there is a special deal going right now on all the kitchen gadgets in my, we have to be in my VIP group. Okay, there's a, on the 5th day of Christmas, there's a deal on the kitchen gadgets. Bam, okay. So we got that all out. We're gonna mix all this creamy goodness, creamy, cheesy goodness all together. Now again, you can make any kind of sauce. I did not have, usually I make sun-dried tomato. It's my favorite one. Do not have sun-dried tomatoes at home. It's also good to have your pantry, you know, labeled with what you need. Okay, so it looks pretty creamy. We are definitely gonna add in some more Parmesan cheese onto there because this is now my husband's new favorite thing. And you know, extra cheese, never a problem. Always a good thing. Now you can get the cheese block and use your Tupperware cheese grater to make that, you know, last longer. But sometimes it's okay to cheat a little. Okay, so mix that Parmesan cheese deliciousness all up together. Make sure it gets into every cranny. Look at this. Who's ready for some creamy deliciousness? I know I am. And look at that. If you weren't talking, you can do 2 minutes of prep, 15 minutes of cooking, and 2 minutes of prep. So maybe it'll be like 25 minutes and your meal is ready and delicious. So if you're interested in any of these things you saw today, the specials, the organization, the recipe, it'll be in my VIP group or it'll be on my YouTube channel, which I'm totally proud. I'm brave. I said, you know what? I'm going to try it. What's the worst that can happen is in a year's time, I have all my saved videos because Facebook deletes them anyways after 30 days. And now I can go back and watch how I made this creamy, delicious recipe if I forget. Or if I learn a recipe on the fly from you guys, I'll know how to perfect it next time by watching what I did good or I did wrong. So I will see all of you tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. for some more cooking time with Sherry. And I wish you all a very nice evening. Bye for now.